Cell 14 was never supposed to be locked from the inside. But on the morning of June 3, 1946, that is exactly what the guards found. The door was sealed, no windows had been broken, no vents had been tampered with, and inside, a man lay dead in a way that defied every logical explanation. His name was Rufus McCain. He was 36 years old. He was serving 25 years for bank robbery. He was supposed to be safe. Alcatraz was the most secure prison in America. The Rock, surrounded by freezing water, guarded by men with orders to shoot. Nothing got in without permission, and yet something had gotten into cell 14. McCain was found on his cot. His face was unrecognizable. Both eyes were swollen shut. His jaw was shattered in 3 places. 6 of his teeth were missing. His skull had been fractured so severely that bone fragments had entered his brain. But here is the first problem. There was no murder weapon in the cell. The guards searched every inch. They dismantled the cot. They tapped the walls. They checked the toilet. Nothing. Here is the second problem. The injuries were delivered with tremendous force. Medical examiners said it would require a metal pipe or a hammer. Something heavy, something solid, something that was not there. Here is the third problem. The cell door was locked from the inside. Not just closed, locked. The kind of lock that required a key, and the only key was in the guard tower. So whoever did this had to get into a locked cell, kill a man with a weapon that weighed several pounds, and then vanish without unlocking the door. The official report took 6 days to write. It concluded that Rufus McCain had died from injuries sustained during a prison riot 2 days earlier. Case closed, but the riot had ended on June 1. McCain was alive on June 2. Multiple guards confirmed it. He ate dinner, he spoke to his cellmate, he walked to his cell on his own 2 feet. He was not dying, he was fine. And then June 3 arrived, and he was dead in a locked room. The math does not work. Let me tell you about the riot. On May 12, 1946, 6 prisoners attempted the most famous escape in Alcatraz history. It was called the Battle of Alcatraz. They overpowered guards. They seized weapons. They took hostages. They planned to break out through the cell block. It failed. 2 guards died. 3 inmates died. The ringleader, a man named Bernard Coy, was shot dead by guards on the 3rd day, and Rufus McCain was there. He was not a participant. He was a witness. He stayed in his cell while the chaos unfolded, but something happened during those 3 days that nobody talked about. McCain told another inmate that he knew something. He said he had seen something he was not supposed to see. He did not say what it was. He just said he was afraid. 2 days after the riot ended, McCain was dead. The inmate he confided in was found dead 6 months later. His throat was cut, in a locked cell, no weapon found. Let me repeat that. 2 men, both locked in separate cells, both dead. No weapons recovered either time. The guards called it coincidence. The prisoners called it something else. They called it the shadow. Every prison has legends. Alcatraz had more than most. The shadow was not a man. It was not a ghost. The shadow was what happened when the guards decided someone needed to disappear. You did not see it coming. You did not hear it coming. You just did not wake up in the morning. And the report would always say the same thing. Accident, natural causes, self-inflicted. But McCain's injuries were not self-inflicted. They were not accidental. They were not natural. The human skull can withstand roughly 500 pounds of pressure before fracturing. McCain's skull had absorbed enough force to shatter into his brain. That requires a weapon. That requires space to swing it. That requires someone who knows exactly where to hit. A medical examiner named Dr. Harold Kimball reviewed the autopsy photos in 1979. He noticed something that the original report omitted. The fractures were concentrated on the left side of the skull. All of them, which means the attacker was right-handed. Which means the blows came from one direction. Which means McCain was not moving when it happened. He was not fighting back. He was not defending himself. He was already unconscious or restrained when the first blow landed. Someone held him down, and someone kept hitting. The official report never mentioned this, because if McCain was restrained, it rules out a fight between inmates. It rules out an accident. It leaves only one possibility. Someone planned this. Someone who could get into a locked cell and leave it locked behind them. Someone with a key. Here is what makes this the worst death in Alcatraz history. It is not the brutality. It is not the mystery. It is not even the locked door. It is the fact that Rufus McCain died, knowing it was coming. He told his cellmate he was afraid. He told the guards he wanted protective custody. He told anyone who would listen that he had seen something during the riot. And no one helped him. On the night of June 2, a guard walked past cell 14 at 10 p.m. McCain was sitting on his cot. He was writing a letter. The guard asked if he was all right. McCain said yes. Those were his last recorded words, yes. At some point between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m., Rufus McCain died the most brutal death ever recorded inside Alcatraz. And 80 years later, no one has ever been charged. No one has ever confessed. No one has ever explained how a locked room contained a murder weapon that vanished into thin air. But there is one detail that chills me more than anything else. When they found McCain's body, they also found the letter he had been writing. It was addressed to his sister. It said he was coming home soon. It said he had found a way. It said he had information that was worth his freedom. He never finished the letter. The last line stops mid-sentence. The pen was still in his hand. Think about what he must have known. Think about what it was worth. Think about who decided it was worth his life. Cell 14 is still there. You can visit it. You can stand inside it. You can look at the walls and the cot and the toilet. But you will never know what Rufus McCain knew, because whatever he saw during those 3 days in May 1946 died with him. And the door has stayed locked ever since.